Yeah, I used to walk around New Orleans downtown areas a lot, and I was living at the YMCA at Lee Circle one time, and I walked on down to I think it's called the Moonwalk, little city park type area across from Jackson Square and St. Louis Cathedral in New Orleans by the river. And I saw this one guy dressed up in a lime green T-shirt, and another guy standing there looking like a rock god, with a flute, silver flute, metallic flute. And they were talking, and the sun started coming up, so we decided we were going to go down to the Osnum Inn for breakfast, which is, like a Roman Catholic mission uh, where they serve meals for the homeless. And so we walked on down there, and we got in line and got our eggs and grits, and we were sitting there eating, and this guy in the lime green T-shirt says, "Yeah, when my brother gets out of the mental hospital in Michigan, we're gonna assassinate the president." I just looked at the guy with the silver flute, and said, "You're gonna have to report him for that." So they got up to leave, and I got up. I walked home. I walked all the way across New Orleans, got to my mother's house in the middle of the night, or at night anyway, and I called the FBI to report this situation. They said they'd be out in the morning. Well, then I stayed up all night, and in the morning, I went out to look for them, to see what kind of equipment they had out there. They had a big truck out there. It looks like they had left some of the surveillance equipment there. I started walking down the sidewalk, and these two guys, agents, walk up, and looked like they had been, commandeered another condominium with the surveillance equipment to keep on me all night long. And they said, "You up a little early?" I said, "Well, I stayed up all night." So we walked up to the car, and I said, "You want me to get in?" They said, "The front seat or the back?" I said, "The back." So I got in the back and sat down between the two guys, and I told them what had happened, and so they my mom came down and said that their boss from headquarters downtown had called them and wanted to talk to them on the phone, so they went upstairs, and they came back down and said they decided to put me in a psychiatric hospital for a while to have me checked out. And I went to the hospital. I didn't see a doctor. I wasn't really admitted. They took my Cherry Hospital card, and which you have to give to the triage nurse to get checked into the hospital, and they put it back in my pocket. And I walked up to the psychiatric ward. I didn't see a doctor. I didn't have a chart. I didn't have any medication. Nothing. I was just there. And so anyway, uh, after a couple of weeks, uh, five of these guys dressed up in white lab coats are sitting there at a table, and I sat down in front of the head guy, and he says, "I know this is silly, but you're going to have to sign this paper that says that if that you won't harm the president or the first lady or the vice president's family before we let you out of here." I told him, "You know better than that. Uh, you sign it for me and say I refuse to sign." He said, "You don't believe we're doctors?" I said, "I've never seen you around here before," and I got up and left. I guess I checked out all right because they let me go.